Hello and welcome to Real News Engineering. In today's session, we'll be discussing about Lambda function. In the previous session, we have discussed about the normal function, how to define the function, how to call the function, how to make use the keyword def to define the function. In today's session, particularly, we'll be discussing about Lambda function in Python. So, what is a Lambda function? Lambda function is also called as your anonymous function. So what is the meaning of anonymous? Means the lambda function does not have any name. Whenever you define any normal function, we used to give a function name like sum function, multiplication function, subtraction function, anything. But in case of lambda, there is no name. As it has no name, so we called it as anonymous function. Now let's understand the syntax of lambda. So to define the lambda function, first of all, we have to make the use of the keyword lambda. Okay, here you can see. After that, the arguments. Okay, the lambda contains many number of arguments. Here you can see I have written just a single arguments. Okay, arg, but it can have many number of arguments. Okay, but the lambda function returns only one expression value. Okay, it can take many number of arguments, but it returns only a single expression value. You can see after the colon I have written the word expression. Okay, now let's move to the practical implementation. In the next line you can see I have used make use the keyword lambda to define the lambda function. After that there is a single variable a, this is a single argument. After colon there is a expression. Okay, it can take many number of arguments, but it only has a single expression, and that single expression is returned by the lambda function. Okay, so in this line, whatever the value will be calculated, the calculated value will be stored in your x variable. Okay, here you can see everything is assigned to your x, so the calculated value will be stored in your x variable. After C, the next line is your function calling. So you can see as the lambda has no name, everyone knows to call the function. Okay, to call the function we have to write the function name and the bracket. Okay, the either the bracket will be no parameters, arguments will be present, or the bracket should have a parameters. Okay, it depends, but here you can see that we have to mention the function name to call any function. But as the lambda is an anonymous function, it has no name, so how we are gonna call the function? So for that, what we have to write whatever the value, the lambda value is assigned to which variable, x variable. So we will write the x variable, and in the bracket, if whatever the arguments is present, the value of the argument we will pass. Here only one argument is present, that's why we are passing a single value, that is 20. Okay, this is a function, you can say this is a type of function call. Okay, when the function will be called, this line will be this single line over here. You can see this single line will be executed. After that, whatever the value is computed will be returned where the computed value of any function is returned to the line where the function is called, and this is the line of function calling. Okay, this is the line where the function is called. Okay, this is the line where the function is called. The second line, value equal to x 20, this is the line where function is called. So the x value will be returned over here, and the value will be stored in your value variable. Okay, so after that I'm trying to print what is the value of this variable. So it is printing the value is 400. How 400? 20 is passed to a, and 20 into 20 is 400. Okay, so this is the way in which we used to handle or define the lambda function. So now let's notice the difference in writing your normal function and lambda function. Okay, see, in the next I have written the same thing I have written with the help of the normal function. You can see that the printing statement of this and the previous one is same, and the calling function calling statement is also same. Okay, the previous and the lambda function one and the second normal function was same. The only difference is the function definition. You can see in case of a lambda function, in a single line everything is defined, but in case of your normal function, there is there are two lines, a equal to a into 20 and return a. These are the two lines inside the function. Okay, and other differences, here we are using lambda keyword, here we are using def keyword. Okay, and here there is no function name, as lambda is an anonymous function, but here there is a function name in case of your normal function, and the function name here I have given x. Okay, to make this similar comparable with the lambda function, I have given the function name x. Okay, and inside that there is a parameter a, and whatever value will be passing, that value will be complete. Now let's understand what is a filter function. The filter function accepts two arguments. The first argument is a function and the second argument is a list. Okay, and what is the work of filter function? The work of filter function is to filter out all elements or any elements of a list. So what are the elements? It's mainly filter out the elements. It filters is the value which is not true in the function definition. It filters that element and keep the elements which are true in the function definition. Okay, and makes and returns a new list. So what is the meaning of that? Let's understand with the help of the example. So you can see here there is a list. Okay, I've defined a list and it has some numbers like 10, 20, 25, 30 up to 50. Okay, after that I am applying the filter function over here. He already have told you that filter function takes two arguments. So you can see I have defined the filter function, and inside the filter function there is two arguments. The second argument here is a list, and the first argument it takes is a function. Okay, so in the place of first argument, I have, what is the first argument I have passed here? The lambda function I have passed here. Okay, this is the lambda function. X is the first argument of the lambda function, and this is the expression of the lambda function, the value which the lambda will return. And what is the expression? X modulo 10 equal to 0. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Every time the list will pass its each individual elements. First 10 will be passed, then 20, 25 in the sequence. Okay, when 10 modulo 10 will be 0, right? Because 10 is divided by 10. When I come to 20 modulo 10 will also be 0, but 25 modulo 10 will not be 0. Okay, 25 will not be 0, 35 and 45 will not be 0. So the elements which value will not be 0, that will be not equal to 0, so it will return a false. The elements like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, this will be equalized to 0, so it will return a true value. Okay, as I told you already that the filter function will keep all the true value elements and it will filter out all the false value elements. Okay, so here you can see. So after that, what happens now? After that, after the filter function, I am defining a tuple. The filter function I am passing inside the filter function, I am passing inside a tuple. Okay, here you can see that filter is kept inside the tuple, and the tuple is initialized to a variable. That is, the variable I have given over here is filter list. Okay, then I try to print the filter list. So you can see that what are the new filter list. You can see the printing values are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, the rest elements like 25, 35, 45 is discarded, or you can say it is filtered out as the value is not equal to 0, so it gives a false value. Okay, so this is the work mechanism of your, or the use of your filter function in your Python. Okay, with the help of filter and lambda function, both the use. Okay, now let's understand what is the map function. Okay, it accepts two arguments, and the arguments are a function and a list. Okay, what are the other point of map? That it gives a new modified list. Okay, it gives you a new list which contains the new value returned by the function. Okay, now let's understand with the help of example. You can see I have taken a list. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 elements are present. Okay, 5 elements are present in the list, and I have taken the map function. As I told you that the map function two arguments. Okay, the first argument is it takes as a function, and second argument it takes as a list. So the same list I have defined over here. I have passed the list as the second argument, and in the first argument I have past the lambda function. Okay, so this is a very lambda, this is a x is a very argument, single argument of lambda. After colon, this is a single expression of the lambda, the value which will be returned. Okay, the evaluated value of the expression will be returned. Okay, after that, this map function is, I've kept the map function inside your tuple. Okay, after that, the whatever the value will be inside the tuple, it is, initialized or stored in a variable. That variable name I have given square list. Okay, so now after that, I tried to print the square list, whatever, new list square, whatever the value of the new square list value, that will be printed. So when I try to print the square list, you can see that really a square list is printed. I mean, the 10 square is 100, 20 square is 400, 30 square is 900, 40 square is 1600, and 50 square is 2500. Okay, so really the list is square. That's why I have given the variable name square list. Okay, so this is a use of your map function. Okay, so this is all about your lambda function, map function, and your filter function. Okay, so this is all about your today's session. And if you like the video, then subscribe to the channel, share the video, and thank you all. Thanks for watching.